The wait is finally over. After months of leaks, whispers, and pure speculation, we finally have solid information about the next big thing in handheld gaming. ASUS has stepped back into the spotlight with what could be the most important portable console of 2025. It's the ROG Ally 2. And this isn't just another rumor cycle. This isn't just talk from forums or unverified leaks. This time, we're working with real information. Documents, certifications, and insider confirmations have given us the clearest picture yet of what the ROG Ally 2 will bring. If you're into gaming on the go, this is the story you've been waiting for. The first important thing to note is the name. ASUS is sticking with the ROG Ally branding. They didn't rename it. They didn't complicate it with a new series or a strange title. It's simple. It's direct. It's familiar. The Ally name carries over, but this time, it's tied to a much bigger vision. But here's where things get interesting. ASUS isn't just releasing one handheld this time. They're releasing two models. One white. One black. And each one is designed with a different kind of gamer in mind. That's a bold move. It shows that ASUS wants to cover as much ground as possible in the handheld market. Let's start with the white model. This is the one most people have seen in early leaks. And right away, the design stands out. The grips are larger, more defined, and shaped for long-term comfort. At first glance, the design might look bulky, maybe even a little awkward compared to slimmer devices. But when you think about what really matters in handheld gaming, comfort is a huge factor. Playing for hours on end with a device that digs into your palms or strains your fingers is not fun. ASUS knows this. That's why the new grip design matters so much. It's practical. It's ergonomic. It's about making sure gamers can enjoy longer sessions without fatigue. Of course, what we've seen so far may not be the final version. The white model that's been spotted could be an early prototype. That means the finished product could look sleeker, lighter, and more polished. But even if the shape changes, the message is clear: ASUS is taking comfort seriously. The aesthetic is also worth mentioning. The white version gives off a futuristic vibe. It feels sharp. Clean. Almost like a cross between a gaming console and a premium accessory. Some people compare it to devices like the PlayStation Portal. And while there are similarities, ASUS has added its own spin. The lines are bolder. The finish is gamer-focused. It won't appeal to everyone, but for the right audience, it's a strong statement. Now let's talk about the inside. Because that's where the real excitement begins. The white model is expected to run on AMD's Phoenix 2 chip. And this is a big deal. Why? Because it strikes a balance between power and efficiency. The Phoenix 2 has 4 cores and runs at just 20 watts. In simple terms, that means it's powerful enough to handle modern games but efficient enough to stretch battery life. And that's always been one of the weakest points in handheld gaming. You can't enjoy performance if your device dies in under 2 hours. ASUS seems determined to fix that problem with this new chip. This choice also tells us something about who the white model is for. It's not targeting the high-end enthusiast who wants maximum specs at any cost. Instead, it's aimed at the broad middle ground. People who want a reliable, capable gaming device that won't cost a fortune. And speaking of cost, the leaks point to a price of around $400. That's a game changer. At that price, ASUS is directly challenging the Steam Deck. Valve proved that there's a huge audience for affordable handheld PCs. But the Steam Deck isn't perfect. It's bulky. It has software quirks. And not every game runs smoothly. The white ROG Ally 2 could solve those problems. Lighter, more efficient, more ergonomic, and designed for smoother performance. That's why the $400 price point matters so much. It's not just about affordability. It's about positioning the device as a smarter alternative. Now, let's talk about something mysterious. The white model has a new button on the side. Nobody knows exactly what it does yet. ASUS hasn't commented. But the placement suggests it's not a simple volume or power button. It could be a quick access key. Maybe for switching performance modes. Maybe for opening a special menu. Some even speculate it could start a Livestria. Instantly. We don't know yet, but the possibilities are exciting. Features like this often end up being the kind of detail that sets a device apart. This new button also shows something important. ASUS is not just recycling the old ROG Ally shell and swapping out parts. They're rethinking the entire handheld experience. They're asking, how can this device feel new? How can it feel smarter? That's a sign of a company that wants to lead, not just follow. When you step back and look at the big picture, the white model starts to make a lot of sense. It balances performance with accessibility. It doesn't try to be the absolute best in raw power. Instead, it aims to be the most practical. Strong enough to run games smoothly. Efficient enough to last longer. Affordable enough to reach a wide audience. That balance is rare in gaming. Usually, you either pay more for performance or settle for weaker specs at a lower price. ASUS seems to be trying to give you both. Enough power and enough efficiency in one package. And that's not all. The white model could also shine in another area, cloud gaming. Services like Xbox Cloud, GeForce Now, and Steam Remote Play are growing fast. For many gamers, the future isn't about downloading and installing massive files. It's about streaming high-end games from the cloud. A handheld with the right chip, the right design, and a reliable connection could become the perfect portal for that. And the ROG Ally 2 looks like it's aiming directly at that future. Timing is another factor to consider. All signs point to a launch in July. That's right in the middle of gaming season. Summer events, announcements, and hype will be at their peak. ASUS knows that's the best time to drop new hardware. They want eyes on them. They want attention. And they're going to get it. So, what do we really have with the white model? It's affordable. It's efficient. It's comfortable. And it's clearly different enough from the competition to stand out. For students, casual gamers, or even parents looking for a reliable device for their kids, this could be the sweet spot. And for experienced gamers who don't want to carry a bulky machine, it's still powerful enough to deliver. That's why the white model is so important. It's not just about specs. It's about shifting the handheld gaming space in a smarter direction. Giving people more choices. More flexibility. More comfort. ASUS is listening to its community, and they're adapting. The ROG Ally 2 white model shows us that ASUS isn't chasing numbers. They're chasing usability. They're chasing value. And that could make all the difference. As we close this first section, one thing is clear. The ROG Ally 2 isn't just a small update. It's not a minor refresh. It's a rethinking of what a handheld should be in 2025. From smart design to careful hardware choices, ASUS is building a device that could define the next generation of gaming on the go. And the best part? This is only half the story. Because the black model? That's where things get even more serious. So far, we've looked at the white model of the ROG Ally 2. It's affordable. It's efficient. It's built for comfort. But that's only half the story. Because ASUS isn't stopping there. They also have a black model. And this one is shaping up to be a beast. If the white version is designed to win the mainstream, the black version is built for power users. It's the premium tier. The high-performance model. The one that doesn't hold back. And when you look at the leaks, the details are impressive. First, let's talk about the design. The black version has a darker, sharper aesthetic. It feels more aggressive. More high-tech. More like a flagship gaming device. Where the white model looks approachable and futuristic, the black model looks serious and professional. It's a device that immediately says, "This is the one for hardcore gamers." The grips are refined, and the body is sleeker than the prototype of the white model. The black finish adds to the premium feel. This is not a console you'll mistake for an entry-level machine. It's built to stand out as the higher tier in the lineup. Now, the hardware is where things really start to separate the two models. The black version is expected to use a more powerful AMD APU, most likely from the Phoenix family but tuned for higher wattage. Instead of the 20W Phoenix 2 chip seen in the white model, the black version could be running closer to 30 or even 35 watts. That extra a power means more cores, higher clocks, and better graphics. In simple terms, it means games will look sharper and run smoother. You'll be able to push settings higher. You'll see fewer compromises. This is the model for people who want desktop-class gaming in their hands. But power always comes at a cost. Higher wattage means more heat. More heat means stronger cooling. And that's where ASUS has another advantage. The first ROG Ally was already praised for its cooling system. Fans and vents designed to keep performance stable. The black model of the ROG Ally 2 will likely build on that with even more efficient airflow. If ASUS gets this right, the black version could deliver sustained high performance without throttling. That's something even the Steam Deck struggles with in demanding games. And if ASUS can keep temperatures low while maintaining performance, it will be a huge selling point. Battery life is the other challenge. More power usually means shorter playtime. But ASUS may have a solution. The leaks suggest the black model will ship with a larger battery compared to the white version. Combine that with smarter efficiency tuning, and it may still deliver solid gaming sessions without constant charging. This approach shows a clear strategy. The white model covers affordability. The black model covers raw performance. Between the two, ASUS can reach both ends of the market. And that's smart. Let's talk about price. While the white version is expected around $400, the black model will cost more. Early reports suggest $700 to $800. That's premium territory. But when you compare it to a gaming laptop or even a desktop, it's still relatively affordable. For gamers who want the best handheld experience without compromise, that price will feel justified. Now, how does this stack up against the competition? The obvious rival is the Steam Deck OLED. Valve's new version has improved visuals, better battery, and refined design. But it still runs on the same basic chip architecture as before. That means its performance ceiling hasn't moved much. The ROG Ally 2 Black version could leap ahead. With a newer AMD APU and higher wattage headroom, it could deliver noticeably stronger frame rates and visuals. If that happens, ASUS won't just be competing with the Steam Deck. They'll be leading it. And then there's the Nintendo Switch 2, expected in 2025. Nintendo will always dominate in exclusive games, but raw performance is another story. The black ROG Ally 2 will likely be far ahead in power. That means third-party titles, especially demanding ones, will run better on the Ally. Of course, raw performance is only one part of the story. Software matters too. And this is where ASUS has to keep improving. The original ROG Ally ran Windows, which gave it flexibility but also brought complications. Drivers, updates, and compatibility issues frustrated some users. For the black model to truly shine, ASUS needs to streamline the software. Make it easier to use. Make it faster to launch games. Simplify updates. If they can deliver a smoother experience, the hardware advantage will stand out even more. Another interesting factor is expandability. ASUS has been experimenting with external GPU support through its XG mobile system. Imagine pairing the black ROG Ally 2 with an external graphics card at home. Suddenly, you have a device that works as a handheld on the go and a full gaming PC when docked. That hybrid potential could give ASUS an edge over every competitor. The black model also highlights something bigger. ASUS isn't just making another handheld. They're trying to build an ecosystem. Multiple models. Accessories. External GPUs. A full range of options for different gamers. That's a strategy that can keep them in the game for years. Let's also touch on streaming. While the white model is positioned as a great cloud gaming device, the black version takes it a step further. With higher power, it's perfect for both local gaming and streaming high-end titles. Whether you're running a demanding game natively or streaming from your PC, the black model gives you the flexibility to do both at the highest quality.